Well, there's Via. So let's be honest with me. Why are you with these people? You have a CPS case, which means court is calling 2024 CR 4998, State of Texas versus Jennifer Rose Pinelli Huerta. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense.
James Stumpf, defense.
And are you Ms. Huerta?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, sir.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. And probation, this is an application. Ms. Huerta, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication of Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review what's entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Ms. Huerta, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That is a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial? A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Huerta, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's $1,000 fine that's unagreed to.
That is.
The state is recommending deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2024 CR 5142, and there's $114 restitution to SAPD for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, sir.
State? Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 5 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 100 hours community service restitution, and no contact with Richard Earl Robbins and Dennis Lee Brooks. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence? All right, and state, before I excuse you to continue to confer, did you want to be heard on the $1,000 fine or no? All right, thank you. Did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits one and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
My client was a student previously. She'd like to go back to school and get her life back on track. She's wanting to work towards that and her children.
All right, so who is Richard Robbins
An ex-boyfriend,
and who is David Brooks?
a friend that I had met one night through mutual friends. I don't even communicate with them. I don't even know them.
Do you have children?
I have a daughter.
And what's her age?
She's 11 months.
And who is she staying with?
With her grandmother. I'm actually on a CPS case at the moment.
And when were you placed on the CPS case?
The day she was born.
All right.
So,
And when was she born?
July 18th.
So why are you with these people when you have a CPS case?
It wasn't like, I was just a ride, to be honest, getting from point A to point B, and they were the only person that had a ride with, so.
Well, there's VIA.
No,
So let's be honest with me. Why are you with these people? You have a CPS case, which means that Protective Services is watching what you do, trying to make sure that you are an appropriate or would be an appropriate parent. And you are saying you're getting in a car with some guy who's a friend of a friend
Oh, no,
and this
that was a while ago.
ex-boyfriend.
That was, the friend of a friend was a while ago. I haven't talked to that person and. I
All
don't
right, so
know.
why are you in the car with this
Richard.
person?
Richard Earl Robbins, is an ex-boyfriend, so he was helping me out with little things here and there.
Is he the father of your child?
No,
All right. So again, you've been on CPS and I'm sure CPS gave you a service plan to do.
yes.
Have
and
you
I
done any of it?
Yes, I have been following it. I was in drug counseling classes that I was attending. I was doing UAs for CPS as well. I was just waiting for them to assign me my parenting classes.
All right,
That's what I was
so
waiting for.
drug counseling hasn't been going well for you.
No, it was. And then with the time being of being in here, I did take the substance abuse class. I did finish it. I had gotten into parenting classes in here as well. I brought it all with me to show you that I have been doing everything that I've been doing. Also been in contact with my drug counselor as well.
And
So,
how old are you?
I'm 25.
All right. So I'm assuming your child was placed with her grandmother as a part of a service plan.
Yes.
So do you have a legal case with them or no?
No, but they just recently served me my papers since I've been in here for 4 months. Her grandmother is wanting to fight for custody of her, so they served me my papers, which I also brought with me to show you, but
And who's your attorney?
I don't have an attorney.
All right, so is it a legal case or not? Because if it's a legal case, they'll give her an attorney.
I haven't looked at that case.
Okay,
This just happened recently, just happened this month, that I got served these papers
All
while
right.
being here incarcerated.
all right. This is what the court is going to do. There's $1,000 fine. That's going to be probated.
That's fine.
Just one moment, sorry. So there's going to be $1,000 fine probated. Take in consideration 2024 CR 5142. There's to be restitution of $114 to SAPD for drug testing. There's to be no contact with Richard Earl Robbins and Dennis Lee Brooks. 5 years deferred adjudication. 200 hours of community service restitution. There's to be CPS compliance. Proof of employment. within 30 days of release. There should be no employment as a home health care provider with minors. There should be no unsupervised contact with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. And the UA hotline. Probation. If CPS is testing her at least twice a month, then I'm fine with y'all relying on CPS testing. All right, so why did CPS take custody of your child?
She came out dirty, when she was born,
For what?
methamphetamines.
All right, there's gonna be a referral to felony drug court, and that's gonna be in custody. And there's gonna be a TAP evaluation in custody and follow all recommendations of TAP evaluation. She probably needs inpatient treatment somewhere. I can tell you what, on the civil side, they have a drug treatment program for people who have CPS cases. You maybe need to see if you can do that or not. It's completely up to you, but this is what I'm ordering. If for some reason they order you to do their program, their treatment program for mothers who have drug addiction, then they can do that. And we'll come back here and I'll consider changing my ruling. There's going to be field visits 1 time per month until further notice. And if felony drug court doesn't accept her, go ahead and do a referral to Esperanza Court as the second option. Probation, is there anything else? All right, and I'm assuming that CPS is going to give you parenting classes. If they do not, let's add parenting classes, but if CPS gives her parenting classes and she completes those, then it'll be acceptable here. All right. Is there anything else that you need from the court to be successful?
No, how long does that, take
How long does what take?
evaluation?
It's about 2 weeks. All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, sure enough.
And did you sign it?
Yes,
Because this is plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
yes, sure.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You have an 11-month-old. I always tell people this all the time. You can't have a child and put them at Travis Park and say, good luck to you. Children are 100% dependent on their parents to take care of them. For example, your 11-month-old needs somebody to feed her, needs somebody to change her diapers. They need all of that. They need somebody to rock them to sleep. If you are not going to step up to plate and do that clean and sober, then you shouldn't be in that person's life. You understand?
Yes, sure.
And the other thing, do not, and CPS tells you this all the time, and I would have CPS clients and I would tell them, work on your plan. Do not be getting out here and hooking up with another guy. And I say hooking up because that's what it is. Do not be bringing another partner in your child's life until you have yourself together. I love children, but here's the thing. Children are baggage. Consider a child a suitcase, and it's the suitcase when you take it to the airport that it comes back, that it's too heavy, and they're going to charge you extra for it. Maybe there are partners out here who will see you with the baby and say, you know what, but I love her and I want to be a second father to her child. But that normally doesn't happen. Usually it's somebody who's looking at your suitcase and thinking, man, this is a very attractive suitcase. Let me get in this household so I can open the suitcase and have fun with the suitcase. Or sometimes you have people who will look at your suitcase and say, I'm tired of carrying this suitcase around. Let me just throw it in the closet or throw it in the street and whatever happens, happens. If you have no plans to do your service plan, if you want to continue to do drugs, just step out of your child's life and let somebody else adopt your child. You understand? From here on out, if there's an issue, talk to your probation officer. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court. Court is calling 2024 CR 2755, State of Texas versus Michael Reams. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense?
James Hunt.
And are you Michael Reams?
Yes, I.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Reams, did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, I did.
Did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Reams, did you review the document entitled Court's Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions?
Yes.
Did you understand that and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand you're charged with driving while intoxicated, third or more? That's a
Yes.
third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your
Mr. Reams, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
Honor. No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 10 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. State recommends community supervision. There's to be restitution to South Texas Traffic Alliance LLC at 19141 Stone Oak Parkway, San Antonio, Texas, 78258. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
None, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement? Oh, yeah, he needs to go. Just 1 second off the record. Who is he signing to?
Her.
Excuse me. All right, excuse me. Can you part the water, sir? No, don't do that sorry thing, because what you're coming at with me now, you're coming at with me now with that whole thing. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. No, stop. You know that you're not to be communicating while you're in the box. You know that. And guess what? Your husband, if he loved you, he would have been taking you to your appointments for probation and giving you a ride. So obviously, I guess he wants you to be faithful and he wants you to be in prison because he would have helped you with that, but he did not. So you need to start thinking about the people that you're associating with and whether or not that's a good person to be in your life to help you. Because it appears that he's an enabler because you're married. So he knows that you're using drugs and knows that you're not reporting. Now he wants to sign to you and tell you different things. You need to cut him loose. All right. We're back on the record. All right, did you review, you said that there were no pretrial motions filed, correct?
That's correct.
All right, outside the agreement, the state is asking for your probation to be a term of 10 years, that there be a TAP evaluation, 10 days in the Bexar County Jail, 200 hours of community service restitution, 2-year driver's license suspension, and ignition interlock for half the term. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State Exhibit number 1 with all its attachments.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may continue to confer. Did you review the document entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. What damage did he do to the Stone Oak,
I'm not certain.
state? What damage did he do to the Stone Oak
There
area?
was a truck that was just parked yard and then everything.
Okay, so is that truck is under the purview of South Texas Traffic Alliance?
That's what it says, the owner, on the accident report is listed as the owner is South Texas Alliance.
Okay, thank you. All right, the court is gonna find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We believe the regard is appropriate. I believe my client will take probation extremely seriously and will be able to complete it successfully.
All right, Mr. Reeves, how often are you drinking?
I haven't drank since.
Hmm?
I haven't drank since
All right, so how often were you drinking around the time this happened?
very rarely, maybe once a month. Maybe.
So you just chose this month to get intoxicated. Why?
To be honest, my wife went to she went out of town to visit her family, and I had a weekend off, 2 days off, surprisingly, and just tried to go out with a friend.
I'm sorry, what's that for?
I'm sorry.
What did you say?
Oh, and I decided to go out with a friend.
All right, are you employed?
I am.
What do you do?
I'm a manager at Walmart.
I'm sorry?
I'm a manager at Walmart.
What's your work schedule?
It varies. Most of the time I work 7 to 4 in the morning to 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Sometimes I'll work, close the actual store from 3 to 12 a.m.
All right, and who brought you to court today, or did you drive yourself?
No, Uber.
Uber? All right, this is what the court is gonna do. Court is gonna sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 10 years. There's a $2,000 fine. That will be probated. There's to be restitution, if any, to South Texas Alliance LLC, located at 19141 Stone Oak Parkway, San Antonio, Texas 78258. There's going to be a 2-year license suspension, a referral to felony drug court, ignition interlock for half term. Do you have any children?
It's 4 children.
What are their ages?
6, 4, 3, and 1.
Do they live with you?
Yes.
All right, there's gonna be 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm gonna order parenting classes. Once he completes parenting classes, community service hours will be deemed satisfied. There's gonna be 90 sober meetings in 90 days. We're gonna want a TAP evaluation. There's 10 days in the Bear County Jail Council.
Your Honor, I would request the court hold those in abeyance.
All right, state. With regards to the 10 days in the Bear County Jail, are you okay with the court in lieu of that, placing him on GPS for 30 days?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Any objection, I'm sorry, to him working while on GPS?
No.
All right. Then based upon the overcrowding at the jail, also based upon different type of medical issues at the jail, the court is gonna sentence you to 30 days GPS. That will be partial for work only. DWI education course. Victim Impact Panel Live. There's to be proof of employment within 15 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Make sure they're testing for alcohol. You're not allowed to drive any vehicle unless it has ignition interlock on it. Do you understand? How many vehicles are at your home?
One right now.
All right. That vehicle must have ignition interlock on it. Do you understand?
Yes.
There is to be field visits 1 time per month until he's in treatment. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
I don't think so.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, in this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If you have an issue, let probation know. If you're having an issue with your sobriety, let probation know. If you feel that they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court. Do you understand?
Yes.
And then you had an accident. People never drink and intend to go out and kill people, but that is what can end up happening. So you tell me you have children. How would you feel if your wife were driving in a vehicle with your children and there's some guy, you, driving intoxicated and hit them? So you're one of those people who cannot drink at all. So do not drink. While you're on probation, you're not allowed to drink alcohol at all. That means if you're at, we have the 4th coming up. If you're at some event, you can't drink alcohol. If you're in your home, you can't drink alcohol. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Court is calling 2019 CR 4331W, State of Texas versus Jessica Marilla. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Adrian Pettis for the defendant.
And are you Miss Marilla?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Jessica Murillo who was placed on community supervision in 2019 CR 4331W for the offense of bribery on May 1st, 2019 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 5 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant, Jessica Murillo, that didn't there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of January through December of 2022 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Sure.
State?
Your Honor, we'll go ahead and raise the other.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 5 years in prison and up to a $1,500 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is not, Your Honor.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
Revocation, Your Honor.
Defense, what are you requesting?
We're requesting that you continue her with an extension, Your Honor, and I'd like to call her as a witness at the appropriate time.
All right, could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can you lower your hand, state your name for the record?
Jessica Murillo.
All right, defense?
Jessica, I'm gonna ask you some questions. Make sure you answer everything truthfully and directly to the point.
Yes,
You did not report to probation in excess of 2 years, correct? What was going on?
I didn't have transportation.
Okay, when did you discover you didn't have transportation?
Um.
Early on?
Yes. at the beginning of the year.
Where were you
Alright,
live?
So let me stop you right there. Here's the thing. Court reporter has to take down everything that's being said. You're
Okay.
mumbling. I know she can't hear, or she's straining to hear. I can't hear you because my allergies are acting up today.
Okay, so,
Alright, so you need to keep your voice up so everybody can hear.
yes, Judge.
Yes, talk quite loud to almost to where you think you're shouting.
Yes,
Were you
sir.
living here in San Antonio?
No,
Where were you living?
in Floresville?
Okay, and does the Via bus go out to Floresville?
No, it doesn't.
And were you reporting in San Antonio, or were you supposed to report in San Antonio?
Yes, sir.
Did you have contact with your probation officer?
No, I didn't.
Were you aware that you could have asked for your probation to be transferred to Floresville?
I wasn't.
You said you never had contact with your probation officer?
I did, I reported 2 times, I believe. It was 2 times that I stopped.
And did you know how to reach your probation officer by telephone or email?
I did.
And did you contact him by telephone or email?
I did not.
Did you have anything going on in your life aside from lack of transportation?
I mean, I was not living at home,
Where were you living?
just on the streets.
You were homeless at the time?
Yes.
Okay. Living on the streets of Floresville?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
With all due respect, Jessica, were you on drugs at the time?
At the time I was.
Okay. You're sober now?
I'm sober. I've been sober for 1.5 years.
Very good. You would like the judge to continue you on probation, even if it means you start in the 5 years all over again, is that right?
That's correct.
You understand, frankly, there's no excuse for not reporting, right?
No excuses. If I get this second chance, no excuses. I will even be outpatient.
Do you live in San Antonio now?
I live in Floresville.
You're
But
still
I
in
have
Florida?
transportation now.
You do?
Yes, I do.
And now you're also aware you could request a transfer to Wilton County, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. How long have you been in jail up to now?
Going on a month and on the 26th, I'll be up.
Okay. Do you think you've learned your lesson?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I can't do this.
You understand that in the event the judge continues you on probation, you're probably on your last chance. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that there might be conditions that you have to abide by that frankly aren't a whole lot of fun and might be a pain.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with whatever.
I'll pass the witness.
This is your third motion to revoke, is that correct?
Excuse me?
This is your third motion to revoke your probation. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, no further question, John.
All right, so you've been here previously before for not reporting. So if you didn't understand the first time to call probation if you're having issues, most definitely when you were here before for failure to report, you would have understood that. You have not been on probation in this court. And let me explain why. The reason why I say that is because you have done nothing. What have you done on probation? What condition have you completed on probation? All right, and then the last time you were here before me, and it was me because this is my writing, I recognize it.
Yes.
It was a violation of condition number 5, which is not reporting. I denied the motion. And the prosecutor, it wasn't this prosecutor, but another prosecutor asked for 0 tolerance. And I told people, I really don't do 0 tolerance. You just need to do what you're being asked to do. But
Yes, Judge.
they said, no, judge, please, 0 tolerance. And I wrote down 0 tolerance. You were to do a UA by 11:30 a.m. on January 12th, 2021. There was to be weekly Zoom reporting until further notice, and they were gonna patch you. And then you just disappeared. And we haven't seen you since. So there's no reason for me not to grant the motion. You don't want to do probation. You want to do your own thing. So I'm going to grant the motion to revoke. I'm going to sentence you to the 5 years in prison. I'm going to give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. And I'll order the therapeutic community. The therapeutic community doesn't increase the time that you're in custody, but hopefully it will help you with whatever drug issues you may have. I can't force them to place you in the therapeutic community, but you can ask them and they'll see that I've requested it. And so that will probably be your best bet to help you, because you obviously have a major drug problem, but I can't help people who don't want to be helped. Did you review the trial court certification of defendants' rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
All right, you have a limited, right, thank you. You have a limited right to appeal, and that right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you're on probation. You understand? All right, we can go off the record. How many children do you have?
One.
All right. So here's the thing, the last time you use, maybe the last time you use, do not put your child or your family members in a situation where they have to identify the body of somebody who's in a field and they say, well, we think it's your mom. And then you know what will end up happening? They will have to identify your body and say, yes, that's our mom. Don't do that. When you get out of prison, if you can't find a place to help you with your drug problem or to stay on track, if I'm here, you can always come back to here and I will direct you to a place that is free. I will pick up the phone, personally call them so you can get there. You understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you, okay? All right, Brandon Sierra. Hi. Good morning. Oh, have you had a chance to review the state's motion? for continuance?
I have, Your Honor.
Are you gonna have
Yes,
any?
too.
Yes. Are you gonna have any objections? They're saying the complainant has activities for graduation for high school.
Yes, Your Honor, due to that, and I understand completely, I wouldn't want her to miss any of that. We do not oppose the motion.
Okay, all right, so this is what we need to do. We need to set this for trial and it needs to be completed when we set it. Because this is an old case, you all know I don't like old cases just
Yes, Judge.
sitting around marinating. So. We're
We've
gonna go on
talked
the
about some
record.
dates, Judge.
Court is calling 2022 CR 1442, State of Texas versus Brendan Sierra. I have parties announced for the record for the state.
Zach Dunn for the state, Your Honor.
Defense,
Sylvia Cavazos for the defense.
are you Mr. Sierra?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, off the record, we discussed that the state filed a motion, first motion for continuance and a first amended motion for continuance. They are asking for a continuance due to the complainant's graduation schedule. And defense, you stated you had no objection,
That's correct, Judge.
so it will be granted. All right, how long do y'all think this trial will last?
I think maybe 2 days, Your Honor, is my best guess unless council has other thoughts, but I'm thinking outside of Fort Dyer, a 2-day trial.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, this is family violence, and we're off the record. This is family violence. I need a trial date and we need to make sure that it goes.
And Nora, if it's of any value, we have a little chart here that council and I have been working on. If it is possible or potential that we would be able to pick late in the afternoon, maybe 1:30 to 2 o'clock on the 4th of June. That is one potential of 3 potential weeks that council and I have discussed, if that's helpful.
All right, what date?
That June 4th, Your Honor.
All right,
And I wanted to just let the court know, I have, it would have to be a late afternoon because I have a 10 o'clock sentencing in Del Rio with Judge Chief Moses. I can't predict how long that'll be, but assuming being able to leave at, let's say 11, giving us an hour, sometimes I should do it start on. So, that will put me here at 2 o'clock.
okay, let me look at the calendar just one moment.
And we have 2 other dates too. So,
All right, so June 4th would have to be late for you.
yes, Judge.
Let me ask you this. Yes, that's what I'm thinking about, doing jury selection in the afternoon on June 3rd.
I have a 2:20 sentencing. That's why I didn't give them that date.
Okay,
Yeah, all right, but yes. So I'm available 5, 6, 7, and then the next week.
all right, let me ask you all this. You're saying that this trial is gonna take 2 days.
I believe so, Judge.
And I might use half a day.
All right, so what if we, because I don't want the jury waiting around and then I know driving back, you never know.
Right.
So, and I don't want you rushing back.
Thank you.
And then attorney has accident, Judge Boyd's fault. So, what if, but everybody will need to be on time. What if we do jury selection Wednesday morning? And then we go straight into testimony after jury selection.
I love it.
So we
Yes,
pick a
Judge.
jury in the morning, start
On the 5th.
testimony in the afternoon. So that'll be on the 5th.
Yes,
Is everyone okay with that?
Yes, Your Honor,
Yes.
we'll be ready to go.
yes.
All right, Norma, this is gonna be on June 5th. They're gonna do jury selection in the morning, so we can order to have the jury up here at 9 a.m. All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
you're welcome. Is there
Thank you,
anything
Judge.
else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Once you get the reset form, you're excused.
Yes, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
You know, the one thing. I like, and these are both family files.
I'm sorry.
They're both family files.
Okay, and do you have any
I
objections?
know these are the outfits, that was like, the one who's been on it for long.
And then it's nice to be going to France.
I know, I was like, this is.
Maybe we should go and see.
We'll
You know,
go,
just
we'll,
to be
we have to
assured.
check out where she's staying.
Yes,